What? New York's about to kill a whole lot of landlords? What the fuck? Make sure to protect tenants by banning evictions, but public officials have done almost nothing for property owners. That's inviting disaster. Many of these lands are particularly mom and pop small building owners. Bro, owning real estate in New York. Okay, listen. I talk about small landlords too. I talk about like I do talk about like middle income landlords that own like one fucking one house or something and they rent it. Like there is a real thing. Like there are actually people who own like one apartment, not a building, but like one fucking apartment, and that's their investment, and that's like basically how they survive. And it's still off of capital, and they're still making money off of their own capital, and they're not literally making money with their hands and shit. But there is a real group of individuals who aren't like awful human beings, who aren't like millionaires or whatever. But small building owners is fucking insane, dude. What the fuck? In New York, too. Like, if you fucking own a small building in New York, you are a multi-millionaire, okay? There's no, like, we're not talking about, like, you owning one house, okay? And you're, like, renting it out to people and you're nice. Otherwise, like, we're talking about owning an entire building in New York. Are you fucking insane, dude? My uncle was a landlord, I guess, and he died, and we got one of the houses, and no, my parents rented out. It was in such bad condition we actually went into debt fixing it up. Yeah, there's like plenty of Americans. I mean, look, unfortunately, in America, we don't have a lot of fucking independent homeowners at this stage in comparison to other countries. As a consequence of our housing market being completely fucking broken, our like private ownership or independent ownership of houses is relatively low. Like I think Romania maybe might have the. Bahaha, y'all are so dumb. I can only listen to this buffoon talk for so long. Well, you're now subscribed to this buffoon, so anyway, where the fuck was I? What was I talking about? My tanky ex-roommate called all landlords horrible people in front of my sweet mom with a little house that she wants to retire to. We spent the summer as a family failing to fix it up ourselves. Wait, what was I talking about? I was talking about like fucking owning like yeah. So home ownership percentage in like a lot of former socialist countries is pretty fucking high, like incredibly high in comparison to the United States of America. So the people that we're talking about are not even a massive number of people. The real homeowners in this country are private equity. The biggest landlord in the country is Blackstone. And they are the ones who make out like bandits anytime there's economic instability or any sort of turmoil. They buy multiple properties at bargain bin prices. They push back against any sort of local or state initiative like rent control, for example, or price fixing in an effort to make it less desirable to own multiple properties. Anything like that gets immediately eviscerated by hundreds of millions of dollars in ad spend, even if there is a like a ballot measure. Like I think it was Prop 10 last time around. Comparison of home ownership rate by countries. Yeah, Romania, I called it. Romania has the highest percentage of home ownership. Hungary, Slovakia, Singapore, Of course, Singapore is like only if you are authentically from Singapore. If you're an immigrant, you're not allowed to own a home. But that's besides the point. Like, you're literally legally not allowed to own a home. Lithuania, Croatia, China with 90%, North Macedonia, Nepal, Russia, India, Serbia, Poland, Bulgaria, Oman, Estonia, Norway, Japan, Latvia, Mexico, Thailand, Malta, Czechia. So where is the United States of America on that metric? Ooh, 65%. Nice. Very nice. Good stuff. A little low there. On the low end there, don't you think? Singapore's fake home ownership is a long-term lease from the government. This is true. It's like a permanent lease. You mean called it because we looked at these stats like 2 weeks ago? Did we look at these stats? Not 2 weeks ago. The last time I looked at this was like months ago. At least we're breeding turkey. Fucking cucks, dude. 59% home ownership. Why so many first world countries are down there? Capitalism. Logan was a landlord. This is true. My grandpappy was a commercial real estate landlord. He never did like regular real estate, but he owned an apartment. And then he, as a sucker, lost literally all of his fucking money before 2008, actually. Well, I guess it was related to 2008, the housing market crash, but he got grifted, thought he could get a shortcut and make even more money with his pre-existing money. Okay? And got into like one of those I guess I'm in an apartment. They pile their money together and then they go purchase like numerous properties, like multiple properties. And boom. No, it wasn't a timeshare. It wasn't a timeshare. Also, because in third world countries like India, big families live in one house rather than leaving to live by themselves, so that brings up the percentage. A Trump supporter shot 3 people over a stolen sign? What the fuck? Why is Switzerland so low? Dude, Switzerland is capitalism on steroids in like every way. And so is Hong Kong too. And so is South Korea as well, actually. The surprising statistic here is Germany and Austria being so low. I never would have thought. I thought home ownership would be higher in a country like Germany. Hey, Frogan with a 28 months. Holy shit. Look at that. 2-year sub. South Korea is socialist? What? No, it's not. The fuck? It's a weird cultural thing here in Germany, but people are trying to fix it slowly. Homeowners should probably lower the more urbanized the country is. My dad was a landlord, and he always told me the one rule of owning property was that there was never two pretty best friends. One of them always had to be ugly. What? Germany has comparatively low rental rates and a high proportion of rent-controlled units. The German government does not deduct mortgage interest payments from taxes. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Germany and Austria have excellent and cheap public housing. I make six figures and I will never be able to buy a house in San Francisco. Vienna has majority public housing, so it would not be considered ownership even with a 100-year list. Wait, but then why the fuck is Singapore at 91%? Singapore's housing units are technically still owned by the government, and the government is like offering it as like a permanent lease to all of its citizens. So that's what I don't understand about Austria. Like Austria says 55%, but Singapore's at 91% when their system is similar. No, I mean, of course their system isn't similar, they're different, but like you have like homeownership in if homeownership in Singapore is considered 91%, and same with China too, I think, then it would mean the same for Austria as well.